going to show you how to do a low lunge, which is also called Anjaneyasana. And I'm gonna do it a little bit from the sideways so you guys can see. So typically when we get into our low lunge, I got all these extra modifications out here. So typically you're gonna start with, normally you're what? You're in plank, right? So when you're in plank, you end up coming up into your low lunge. Start out in high lunge, and then we tell you to lower your back knee. And what you normally want to do on this is very important for when you go into your low lunge. You have to watch your knees. Any of these moves, you're very careful to watch that the knee is not over your toes. That's very bad for your knees. So we want to make sure our knee is behind our toes, okay? And our back knee is not way up underneath like this. We want to make sure where we were in our lunge, we are at. So it's more of a, like when you're doing a modified plank is where your knee ends. And this is where we're going to end up starting in our low lunge, okay? So typically what you do is you will inhale and you will inhale up. And this is how you start into your lunge, which we want to make sure that you have a good angle with your knee, okay? You want to have a good angle with your hips. And we want to make sure that your hips, your shoulders, and your head are all kind of in the same parallel here. So I'm not twisted at this point for just low lunge. Everything's the same way. Parallel, parallel. There is a nice line coming up, shooting up. And the crown of your head is pulling the energy from the sky above. And you're sending that energy back down through the body, through the knee, into that front foot, and into that knee and foot in the back. So this is the good alignment to stay into for reaching to the sky and to the earth. Perfect. Now, sometimes we end up moving a little bit deeper into the stretch, which is okay, as long as you watch your angle here and you make sure that you have a good angle. You can do, it would be almost a 90-degree angle if you're starting out, but as you can tell, I do have a bolster or a towel underneath the knee because sometimes my knees bother me. I have concrete flooring, so sometimes bothers me a little bit with a very small carpet over it. But as you come in, you want to just make sure if you do lean forward, you're not like this. We still want to make sure that we are at an angle, not completely 90 degrees right here. We're forward to almost like a 45-degree. The front one can be not quite a 90. That puts a lot of pressure on your hips and it can open it if you're that flexible. But we want to stay right here, making sure that we are facing the correct way. We are giving thanks, shooting that energy up through your fingertips, through the crown of your head. Shoulders are kind of relaxed down so they're away from your ears. And we are parallel. Now as you get more into advanced practice, you can do twists, but at this point we're just doing the side angle and that's it. Of course, when you come out, you will frame back up. You will come back up, and you can either step forward, come back up into your mountain, or you can go back to plank and come back in. So that's one side. I'm going to show you the other side too because we do want to be uniform. So coming back down, usually in plank, you would come into a high lunge, dropping that knee down, framing the foot, tucking that back foot under. Ooh, can't speak English today. Take a couple of breaths. Inhale, you're gonna come up. I'm gonna make sure I'm parallel, so my shoulders, my hips, if I need to move them back just a little bit or forward, I will make sure I have a good angle, making sure that knee is not way over those toes. It's actually back here, almost a straight line from your knee to your ankle. I'm facing forward, not to the side. When your arms are up, you can reach, but you do want to relax those shoulders a little bit, not pull and tighten up your neck. Just kind of reach through the fingers, not through the shoulder blades. Through the fingers, the crown of your head is up, getting the energy from the heavens above, pouring them down into your shoulders, into your hips, grounding it through the knee, down to the foot, down to this knee and your foot. And you would breathe. Making sure those angles are good. If you can't hold your arms up, you can always rest. Beautiful. To come out, of course, from our low lunge, we would come back up here. You could raise it up. And we could either, before I went into mountain, on this one, I'll come back to plank, kneeling down, and then I can actually stand from there. So hopefully that helps you with the correct, not modifications, but correct angles and positioning for your low lunge or your Anjaneyasana. And so hopefully that will help you guys out. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Thank you.